because I have to match the video with the audio.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Sorry about that. Hey, babe. All right, here I am with Mook, one of my probably my currently best friend in New York. And
Oh, that's very nice.
yeah, a
Wish I
really,
felt the same way.
right?
No, it's actually.
We love sarcasm here. That's what we live on, right?
It's key to life.
It is, right? Humor divides the animal from the human. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here with Mook, my friend, and he is actually the artist of my introduction video. That's his lovely dog, Goose. And let's kick off this interview, alright?
Fire away.
So now, you know, the series is about me asking the question to you that the person formulated
Right.
before. So the question is, how is it possible you do so many things in such a big spectrum and finding your focus on your personality? You can take your time with your answer, but you know it's a big question.
Say that again? Just
So, you know, I introduced you to Justo in my last show as a mortician, as a US Marine, as an artist, and you many other things as well as I know. And he says, how with such a wide spread of talents you can focus on your own personality and know which way to go, channeling your energy.
that is a problem. I'm a Gemini too, so it's like, you get into something and then you go full throttle, in it, and it's got to keep your attention. It's got to keep stimuli. You need constant stimuli. It's hard. It's definitely
know.
hard. Yeah,
I find it a
probably
good
one
question
way.
because I have that problem myself, so I kind of almost felt addressed personally. So,
Yeah, it's
like,
tough to.
how do you divide that? I mean, I try to.
I just go with it.
interpret
I just go with it. Really.
like a Taoist.
I'll take it. I'll
way.
ride the wave as long as I can.
Right. Suffer through it if it has to be. Enjoy it when it comes along your way.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It comes and goes. The muse, I call
Mhm.
it.
And talking of which, you are making a drawing while we're talking because I know you love to draw while we talk.
Doodle. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly how the whole intro of this podcast came together. You were drawing this whole,
Like a totem.
yeah, it's an idea like coming out of a head, 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 and then a snake starts to bite you. So with your content, I used that drawing as my intro, and I made the animation of it. And
Good job at it too.
right, and good job on this one too. This is also yours.
Yeah.
We will link your Saatchi page to this podcast. And what do you feel most attached to? Art, your dog, your girlfriend, your life? What drives you throughout the day?
Oh wow. I just trying to survive. just trying to just trying to enjoy the struggle. To me it's like I feel like it's always a struggle to capitalize on what you want to do and doing what you have to do. But it keeps it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you, as I introduced you as a mortician, you more than anybody I know the border between dead and alive, because you've been doing that for, you said, 18 years actually, and like, you've seen so many things that I can't even address. How would you say you could find a drive to stay alive?
Find the drive to stay alive. Well, that's it's just trying to make the most of it. You know, I don't know. It's like the drive to stay alive. Like I want to stay alive as long as possible.
Right.
You know, I believe that's like this is your one-shot deal. You know,
Exactly.
death is final as far as I'm concerned. So I mean, you're not promised anything else after this. Just enjoy this trip, you know, without cutting anybody else's short. You know.
And so to speak, what makes you not to choose the other side?
Because I'm going to end up there anyway, eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why would I want to rush that? That's
Right.
that's permanent. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take this as shitty as it may be for as long as I can.
Right.
So.
Like trying to diminish suffering, so to speak, in order to find good moments in your life.
I just know we take it for granted. You know, it's something that we think we have an infinite amount of ahead of us. You know, but in reality, it's like when we realize we don't, you're going to want more of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
No.
No.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I hope for that, but
Right.
I'm not banking on it.
You
know?
wouldn't put your...
No.
Yeah. You know the two things? I asked my second interview partner this exact same question, and I already know you have the answer. But it's always nice to hear from an American, to hear the answer out of an American, and you're the most truthful American I know. The two things you don't talk about in America?
What are the two things we don't talk about in America? As an American, or as
I guess you don't know the answer. That's interesting. They say you don't talk about religion and politics.
oh yeah, that's yeah. I thought you meant specifically. Yeah, never. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Why?
Because you're gonna get, it's gonna be emotional. It'll get emotional somewhere along the line with people, you know, and it goes down a different road of like, where all of a sudden like there's angst and contempt for the person you're talking to, even though you may not want to admit it. It could draw that you know, that demon out, you know.
Do you think it's a problem for an American to show emotions then? Like, I'm just saying this, you know, with all respect. I'm just asking, right?
I mean, as an American, I mean, all I know is America, so it's hard. I guess.
Because you know I love you as a brother, right?
Right,
and
right.
I'm asking this from a true American heart, which I almost would love to count myself as, but I don't have the same grip as you do. Do you think Americans are scared of emotions?
American men, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think any.
But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right?
Well, I mean, it depends if you keep it, you know, keep throwing it in the back of your mind and not dealing with it. Eventually, I'm sure it'll catch up with you, and you're gonna have to deal with it at one point or another. I mean, maybe you don't have to. Some people are different. You know, I don't know.
Mm.
That's the easiest thing to do.
You can continue drawing
Mhm.
a little bit. I'm gonna try to formulate a new question, a good one at least, right? We can spend a little time on just being quiet, right?
Yeah, sure.
Comfortable silences, no?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's see.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
So, America, right? You, what made you want to become an American?
I'm not an American. I'm an American, what do you call that? Resident? Permanent resident, which is
But
not
you want to be a
permanent.
citizen, right?
probably try to push for this. Yeah.
I mean, is that your goal here? I mean,
I feel
you
home.
already are. Yeah, you're right. This is your home now.
And I went through
How long have you been
hoops.
here?
10 years since May 1st. It's a 10-year anniversary.
So you're definitely a New Yorker then.
And I went through hoops. We know that. So
Yeah.
I could have just escaped, but I just find it very comfortable here. Does that make me an American? That would be a question.
If you come here and you love this country and you are proud of this country, and you don't talk shit about it, then yeah, you're American. I
Yeah.
would say yeah. But if you come here just to exploit it, you can do that. We allow that.
But that happens in every country, though.
More so here than anywhere else.
You think so?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
I would argue against
I don't think
that.
anybody else is trying to get out of America to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's Switzerland. Right?
It's Switzerland. They got good chocolate there. Yeah.
We got Swedish fish.
Swedish fish too. They're pretty good too. Yeah, not bad. Switzerland and a good knife.
I mean, yeah.
I love knives.
It's just like people ask me, what the hell are you doing in America if you can be in Switzerland? Like, but do you think
I
there's
feel
a
like
difference
that means
between...
they want to be here.
Maybe not, I don't know, but do you think there's a difference between New York and America per se? Because America is a huge country. New York is a huge city.
Yeah, I feel like you feel less patriotism in New York than you would in other places.
For what reason?
Because it's a denser population of immigrants here. So I feel like
That's not a bad thing, though,
no,
per
but,
se, right?
no, but that's your right to do. Your right to do whatever you want. That's freedom. It's freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
But you can't just come here and say, like, I'm here and I'm staying here, because there's still rules and regulations to that.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing now. People are coming here and more easier now than ever. I don't know how that, in the long run, if that's going to be good or bad, but as long as it doesn't take away from Native American citizens or legit citizens, then that's cool.
Because New York was a melting pot to start with, right?
Yeah.
Without New York being a melting pot, America wouldn't be what it was today. But at some point, they were like, okay, that's enough for now. Right?
No, they never stopped.
Which is not, I mean, if I would ask somebody from, let's say, just give me a name of a country, any country.
Cambodia.
Cambodia coming here, it's not like, oh yeah, you're welcome, just like they were 200 years ago.
No, of course not. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easier now than ever, of course. I mean,
But not as easy as it was back then.
I think it was harder back then.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, see.
I think it dealt with a lot more.
I like that.
A
It
lot.
takes more balls in order to.
I think I respect anybody that comes here from any country, anywhere, and makes it happen. Because
Right.
that to me seems like a daunting task. Like you have to have the fire to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like as Americans being born here, it's being
As
born
a first generation
being in the-
versus being, right.
in the culture. It's like you take it for granted. Not intentionally, but like we don't. The drive isn't there. Like the immigrants that come here really set examples for like how to work your ass off and have the American dream.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. You can ask me the question right back, because fair game. It's a difficult question. What makes America better than any other country? And you can ask me that question right back, just to be fair, right?
Freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. I mean, freedom of religion.
You have that in few other countries too, so you have to
True,
bring it
true,
back to
true.
America.
It's left in. You like to believe. Well, I believe it's left in the hands of the people, the citizens, of where they want it to go. You know what I mean? So
You have that in Switzerland, for example, too. So you still have
True,
to.
true.
I mean, yeah. Something like that really bites in America.
I would just say the patriotism here because
Right.
of the shit we've done.
Yeah.
The war, the battles we've
Right.
fought.
And the muscle as well, right?
And the what?
the muzzle flex. I mean, I like
you
that.
Mean, you mean like
It's got a big flex.
yeah, but like as we were like
Switzerland
badass?
has all the same thing, but not the muzzle. For example,
yeah. Well, that's pretty much yeah. I mean, if you don't have the
I'm just saying that would
you
be
can
my
write
answer. That's
you can
like
write
the
checks
same.
all day long if you ain't got the body to back it up. Then yeah, that's no good. You know.
Yeah, we agree on that one, right?
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Might. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Tough question.
This is a tough question. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
That's just something I think that's what I was saying. Like we take for granted. Like that's just. I figure that's us. You know. That's the way I would expect us to be. It's, top dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Top Dog is sleeping right here.
Yeah, he is.
You think it is a good saying that you're not supposed to talk about politics and religion,
No.
right? Dr. Truth said the same answer actually. She said you should. That's the two things you really should.
Yeah,
talk
yeah, probably exactly. Because if you can't have a conversation and have an opinion about something,
about.
then without people getting so where they cannot control themselves, then yeah, you know they have a problem. But you know,
I mean, yeah, I like that, you know, me starting the interview series and things are turning in healthy circles where people say from different, you know, opinions the same answer, so to speak. I find that very interesting. So since I am spinning in circles all the time, and that seems to be a big old talent of mine, I'm gonna ask you a question that I seem to ask everybody. If you could choose somebody to ask a question, any question, who would be the person and what would be the question? Anybody, any question. But you got is a one-shot deal as well. You can take your time.
anybody, any question.
Who would it be and what would be the question?
It would be the director of Area 51, and I want to know if we actually have contact with aliens.
But you already know the answer.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, I want to know if we. I want to know for sure. You know, I know the answer, but I just want to know for sure. You know?
You want to have it
Yeah,
told in your face?
I want to know that we have an alien body or something. I want to know if that's true.
But you already know the answer, right?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't
But
know.
you have a good assumption.
I have a good
What do you think
assumption,
would
but
be
you know
the
what?
answer there?
I would think we do, actually. I believe.
don't
yeah.
think
I think we do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But still, I just want to know, because to me that's a very big deal.
I know and it's all over the news with the.
Well, the
it's not
dose-
called UFO
but-
anymore. What is it called? UTI.
Aerial phenomenon,
UTI.
an
No.
unidentified aerial phenomenon,
UAFs. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, but they. But yes, that's they're dosing us with it. You know what I'm saying? More and more, so it's not such a. They think we're going to freak out, you know. Which
You
to
know,
me,
I
I'm
was born
freaking out.
on
Like,
Mars.
hmm?
Did you know that I was born on Mars and I flew here?
I believe it. I believe that for sure.
Oh, that's what a good friend is for. They just believe any bullshit somebody says, right?
Next lev.
A little bit.
So
No, but that's how we talk, right? We just enjoy having like sarcastic fun with each other sometimes.
yeah, of
too.
course, yeah.
What are you
But,
drawing here?
I don't even know really.
That's good. Makes it much
It's like
for the better,
Frankenstein-esque.
right? And talking of which, this is one of your.
Yeah, I'd like to draw monsters or something.
And I have this hanging in my apartment where we find each other right now. And every time somebody comes in here, I ask them, what is your favorite artwork here? And I pretty much have hanging all of my artwork plus one other one, which is yours. And they always point out yours. Why do you think that is?
Probably looks more professional.
It probably is. Can you explain a little bit about that?
That one's
Or maybe
digital. That one's digital. I did that one. That's a character I designed with a like bulbous body.
Mhm.
Yeah, just so I use the same body and I put usually different faces and
Mhm.
outfits or whatever.
Everybody loves it that comes here. They say like, this is unbelievable. Did you make that too? I was like, that's the only picture I didn't make in this whole entire apartment.
Yeah, that's fun. Digital's fun. It's like all the same stuff and no cleanup though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just as hard. I mean,
So digital, how do you work when
I
you
just
work?
start with Photoshop with a white page, and I just start from there.
I mean, I think it's fantastic too. I love my paintings more than this. Oh no, let's not say this actually. I have to go back a little bit, push back a little bit on that. You know, like have people at home, and it's like, what's your favorite picture in here? And they have like how many? Let's say a good guess of 20 artworks that I made, and actually another one of yours as well over here, of yours, and they always point out on this, and I just always find that very interesting.
That's good. Or to
It
do
is
some
good,
prints
yeah.
here for you to sell.
You can buy it. You want to say anything, or do you want to ask another question? Like, that's a question too, right? Because I'm asking you questions, like that's the point. But it's difficult between friends sometimes to do things like that.
Are you going to get back into design clothes or what?
Clothes. First, accessories. I think clothes is very difficult of a market
Too much
because,
competition.
well, we're gonna make T-shirts together, so that's clothes, right?
Yeah.
We just discussed that like 5 minutes before we started the play button, so let's hope that's gonna happen. But
I mean, everybody's going to start a t-shirt company, but
yeah, I know.
yeah.
But
we actually
not
have
as
good.
good
We
as
actually have
ours,
good
yeah.
stuff.
But clothes is a very difficult place to go because
Are you bored with it?
no, not really. I love it actually. But the thing is, people think you make a dress or like a girl says she's wearing a dress and everybody loves it and they want to buy it and we should produce it, right? So you're like, okay, fine. How much is the girl gonna pay you right now? Because it's paid when it's paid, right?
Right.
And you can always say I love it and I want to buy it, but you know it takes more than just one dress and just you have to build up stock and just sell it, you know. So actually, yeah, do you think there's a difference between art and design?
I mean, they're both art forms, but yeah. I mean, design seems to more be like the engineering of it. You know, in my mind, like
Mhm.
with art being more of freestyle.
But there could
Like-
be designers that are not really artistic, right?
Yeah, of
it's
course,
a
yeah.
more commercial form of. It's just commercial, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you design something to sell, you make art where you don't have keep up the hopes to sell, and that makes good art. Would you
I
agree?
think
with that?
I look at art as being like an individual image or a piece, you know, rather than a mass-produced thing.
So let's see what we got here. Because let's see also what time we have on this clock. Yeah, we're closing into our last questions here. Totem.
No, it's like Frankenstein actually.
Oh,
I think I have a thing for Frankenstein. I like painting him.
I know. I have a Frankenstein picture of yours too. Put it in the camera and then I'll ask you the last question. Okay? Should I help you? No, that's the microphone.
Oh my sorry. My
You know, that's how we love to
Equipment.
tease each other sometimes, right? So we'll put this in here. Lovely, looks great. You want to give it a title? You're gonna sign it?
Sure.
We'll sign it and we see what happens. Whoever is interested, we put it in the description, right? Well, out of all the 2 people that are watching right now, which is you and me. Oh yeah, that's lovely. So yeah, we got that. Whatever's gonna happen with this, we put it in the descriptions.
Thank you.
It's either you or I buying it.
Okay, you can have it.
So I'm not 100% sure who my next guest is on the show, and you know I started the thing with asking the question of the last person asking that question. Let's say, which is most likely, that my sister is going to be my next guest. What do you want me to ask her first, without knowing her? You can look at her, she's here, on the wall. But yeah, it's my sister. What do you think you should ask her first? Just take your time.
Let's see, how about... What she does TV stuff, right?
Radio.
Radio?
She's doing what I do, but more bound to an employer. Or is there anything you want to say? You want to add something before you want to answer that question? Oh, yeah.
Has she ever been here?
In New York? She has been to New York. She lives in northern Germany right now.
Okay, so what was her perception of New York before she came here?
Okay.
Like,
That's the question I'm asking.
I want to know what her thoughts of like what she imagined it would be, or the feeling she got when she would think of New York City.
Perfect.
Before she came here.
I think this is great. I mean, I know we have a dog in between, but let me give you a hug. Might be the best.
Likewise, buddy.